Welcome Ji. Let's start. Today I am going to talk on what is type inference and Java, since when the type inference are used. Okay, so we are discuss what is type inference so that you know what is the type inference. Then we'll discuss the different Java versions where this type inference are introduced and what are the latest version and how we are going to use type inference in a Java language. So let's look the theory. So type inference is nothing but this is just one feature of a statically typed language. So Java is the statically typed language. So this is the one feature, and you can say some other language also support this type inference. This is not a new things. Okay. So what do you mean by type inference? Type inference, that means it's a compiler ability to identify the types based on the context. Let us we have a one variables. Okay, so can compiler identify the data types of these variables or not? Generally in Java we have to write the data types and the variable name, then assign some value. What is the value? So type inference say compiler know the data type this variable, you know the data type of this variable. So why not let compiler to identify the data types of a variable based on the context. You have to give some hint how compiler determine the data type for a given variable. Can be two way. You can on the basis of your context, on the basis of value, which value you are assigning. Let's you are assigning a string value. So can we identify the variable data type is a string. So type inference is nothing the ability of your compiler to identify the types of a variable or an argument. Okay, so please note this is it's happen at the compile times. So there is no any performance overhead of your runtime application. So all the type inference is only happen when your code is compiling. At the compile times, compiler give error कि this is data type incorrect or this is the syntax error. So similarly, if you are defining any variable, you are given some incorrect data type at the compile time. This is determined. So type inference is happen at the compile time. So there is no any overhead or the performance issue of your runtime application. So the main motive of this type inference is write more concise code. Okay. So is the idea that compiler can figure out the types for you, so you don't have to type them. The only Java designer idea behind that, they think why as a developer write the data types of a given local variable. Why not compiler automatically identify the data types of your variable on the given context, maybe from left side or maybe from right side. Context anywhere compiler can figure out. If compiler is able to find out the context, then compiler can determine your variable data types. If compiler is not able to find any exact context, that times compiler cannot find out the data types. Okay, so this type inference are available in Java since you can say JDK 5 in the form of your generic. Let us look at the example. So you generally you say like uh, list of, let's say, integer numbers equal to new array list of integer. So here you say your number is the, and this number you can add any number or number start add 1 3 number start. Okay, so here how you can say compiler identify the data types. So here the add method takes some input parameter. So compiler can automatically identify the what kind of input they are expecting. Let's you type here number dot add and type like hello. So at the compile time, compiler know the required is integer types you are providing a string. If you're compiling this code at the compile time, this will say this add methods are expecting, okay, incompatible type, cannot converted integer to string. So this add function know this is for they are expecting integer value, not your string value. So how compiler identify this add method, what is the data types? And the context, this is the number is the context. Here you define the data types of integer. So from here add methods, compiler is figure out what kind of value you pass here on the basis of context. What is the context? Context is a list of integer. So this list of integer expecting you are only passing the integer value, not you can pass. So you cannot say this add method is only expect, no. Let us, you can write this way, list dot string. String. And here you can say string dot add. Here you can pass 1. Here you can pass 2. Here you can pass hello. So this add method is not defined. This add method compile time, compiler is find out what is the data type this add method. Sometime the context say this is the integer, add method accept one integer. Sometime its context say this is a string, the same add methods are expecting strings. Both works. Right? So here similarly, let's say you are trying to add like any number, they are not expecting. Okay, so you can say the compiler is identify the data types of your add method on the given context. What is the context of this is a string. Sometime you can specify the specific data type like a string. Okay, but this is not allowed here in this context. Okay, so please be note that sometime you have to provide especially data types on the basis of just here. So this is That means in this case, compiler automatically identify the data types of given your value. So similarly, since Java 7 also gives some additional improvement like diamond operator. What do you mean by here? So we have a list of integer nums equal to new array list. Here say your compiler can here before Java 7 we have to specify on the both side data types. Here data types, here data types. In the Java 7 you can say here you can just skip. Compiler is able to find out this nums list what the data type is. Okay, so this is kind of a better improvements. While writing code you have to not specify the data types on your right hand side, only left hand side. From this left hand side compiler is able to identify what kind of value they are expecting. Okay, when Java 8 come, they have also offer all the lambda parameter as a type references. What do you mean? Whenever you are defining any lambda expression parameter can also be compiler can identify the data type, you can say. So let us look example. Let us like your predicate interface. Let's keep expecting they are getting strings. Here predicates, here say ki, so this is your interface. They are expecting one input and returning boolean. So you have to write your one input. Let's give we are expecting a string t, and what the output, let's t dot, let's length if double equal to 0. So this is your lambda expression. Lambda expression have a your input and what is your output. So here compiler say I can identify the data types here. So you don't specify from the left hand side. I know this predicate for your string. So this you can avoid. Here you can avoid. In this way it also works. Even better, this is only one single parameter. You can say you don't even this. So here t is the variable. What is the data type? Data types compiler can identify on the given context. Context is the predicate. This is the types of a string. So t is also types of a string. So similarly, let's here you say like for each number you say you are giving some integer number s out number. So here for each number you are expecting one integer number and printing the just an output. So here also compiler say this is the lambda expression, this is the input, this is the function body, and I can figure out what is the types of n. So even you can skip this data types so that your code is concise. So here compiler know this is the data types of your integer. If you run it works. Okay, so you can say sometime compiler know this is the number. A number is contained in the list of integer. So all the value are expecting from list is must be integer. So here let's you are trying to invoke some foo method. So there is no any foo method of n. If you run this application, compiler exactly know this is the n is the data types of your integer. देखो what the message? The variable n is the types of integer. Variable n is the types of integer, but here we are not specified the types. This type is identified by your compiler. This is the type inference. Okay. So in sometimes these are the way where you can compiler can automatically figure out what is the data types of your argument or variable. Similarly, there is a one also enhancement in the Java 8. Before Java 9, this lambda expression or anonymous class does not support you can write any anonymous class here. But Java 9 you can write like this way. Like let's see list of integer nums 1 equal to new array list. Here you can also write here lambda expression. So in this way here you can write add method like 1 2. Here you can add method 2 3 anyone. So if this code is working fine since Java 9, if you are using the Java 8 or Java 7, so in this way with the lambda expression you cannot add any anonymous class here. So here is not any context for, but the compiler is figure out what is the context for this add method from this site. But please note, someone writes say like this way, sometime. So, but don't do this way. Sometime here you can say add like hello. It also works. There is no any compiler. But here you can say add hello. Compiler is not allowed. Compiler figure out this add method is expecting data type integer. But here you are not specify from this add method. They are not, compiler is not find out any context what is the data types for your this value, even from here. So in the case of lambda expression, please be ensure you have to specify right hand side data type so that you can give the exact value what you want. So this is not allowed. So since it was okay, since now Java 10 introduce local variable type inference, and they have a use the words like bar to instead of before Java 10 you have to somehow provide the data types to the compiler, maybe left hand side or right hand side. Java 10 say okay, if compiler know the data types, you know the data types, then why you are specifying the data type? Even you can skip. Compiler know this is the this data types. So like this way, like you say a string, let's key str equal to hello. Generally this is okay. Generally here क्या, this is the str variable, you are defining the hello data type, it works. Compiler no, this is the string data types. So compiler say since Java 10, even why you are specifying string data types, why not let compiler know that this is the s string, s is the string data types. So you here say you can use bar keyword and your variable name just specify your hello. So here your compiler figure out the data types. So let us say here s out s dot length. Okay. str. I've been sorry. Okay. Even here you can also do same. Okay. If you run it, the compiler for str1 is identify this is the types of a string. What is the context? Here we cannot specify the data type. From this right left hand side we specify the where, right hand side you say ki hello. So from this given value compiler is able to identify this is the types of a. So let us see write any method like foo. You know foo is not a part of his and run the code and you figure out that compiler exactly figure out what is the str1 data types. So here the local variable str1 is the types of a string. So here compiler exactly know this is the types of a string, even we are not specifying the any data types. Since Java 10 compile say you even don't specify the left hand side your data types, compiler know this is the string value, then why specify the string value? Just skip them and write simple word var. So this bar keyword is used for all your local variable. Right? So this kind of a enhancement generally Java say. So now whenever you are declaring any local variable, even you don't need to specify like here. Let's key a list of number 1 comma 2 comma 3. Generally you can specify this way list or you simply say don't know. I simply say var. It works. This is the no. This is the list of integer. So all the local variables defined inside any method, you can just skip the typing. You are writing the data types. Just simply say var. You don't just compiler is figure out what is the data types for this variable from the right hand side. Whatever the value you are assigning, from this value compiler is figure out what will be the data types. So Java since JDK 5 they are using the type inference. JDK 10 specify even you don't specify the data types. Just let them compiler figure out what will be the data types for your variable and just specify the simple keyword bar. So these are the very interesting, or you can say now you are writing code so concise, some small. So this is the why say reason is that compiler is so intelligent. From the left or right they are able to figure out. Okay, so bar have a till Java 10 bar keywords have a some limited use case. You cannot use any places the bar. So there are some restrictions. So Java 10 introduced this bar keyword for only local variables. If your variable is a length, so these are the some use scenario where you cannot use your bar local variable type inference. Such as example, if you are declaring any field or method signature. So here you can say if you are writing any class test, and here you are trying to say like here you can write a string like name. but you cannot write like var age. So for all the field means ki class label, you can say instance variable, you cannot declare the var keyword. Okay, even you are in a local here you can say var let's key age. Here you can do in this way, but you are not doing like this, like this way. That's key ID. This is the only precondition. Whenever you are declaring any variable as a bar keyword, please be note that they need a context. Here ID does not have any context. What is the data types? But in the case of age variable, compiler is figure out the data type. This is the integer value you are assigning in age variable, so the data types of age variable can be determined by the compiler. So please note, bar keyword is only feasible when your compiler is have some context. Through from that context, compiler figure out the data type. Then var keyword allow, else not allow. So here you cannot allow. Even you can say ki bar let's key obj equal to null. You cannot do null. What data type? String data types, string buffer, runnable class, which. So please be note that whenever you are using the bar keyword for your local variable, you must initialize the exact value so that compiler can know ki what is the data types. From null, compiler doesn't know anything, so it's not allowed. Even here ID doesn't know ID is a string, ID is the number. What is? Not compiler allow. So you as a developer have to give hint indication to compiler to figure out the data types of a given value from maybe left side or maybe right side. So here in the case of var age equal to 10, compiler is identify the data types for age variable from this 10 value. 10 is the integer value, so compiler know this is the integer. Let's here you are trying to say like dot foo and you run. So compiler say ki age is the types of your foo integer. Okay, right? So first just comment it out. This is the problem. Okay, integer age equal to 10. So compiler in anyhow can be identified, it cannot be dereference. So this is the primitive data type. You cannot invoke any function, a method. So these are the some scenario where you cannot use the bar keyword for your local variable. And even if I have a some syntax of your, excuse me. So even you have writing some method like any method like here, like so void so let's say you have a write kind of here. So here you can write any like a string name. A string name. But for local variable, you cannot use like here, you cannot say like let's key so one, here you cannot use the var keyword. Similarly, field variable not allowed, or your method signature also bar is not allowed. So please be note that these are the restrictions. You cannot use bar keyword with a field declaration or even a method signature. These are the not allowed. Okay. And also same as a declaration, whenever you are giving any variable as a bar keyword, please ensure you have to explicitly specify the value. This is the okay. Cannot use local variable declaration without explicit initialization, and even cannot initialize bar variable with a null. Null is not a specific data type. You have to give clear indication to compiler to figure out the data types. From null, you cannot say this is the null of a string or null or string buffer or any other. Similarly, you cannot use bar with the lambda expression because the required specific target types. In this case here, let us like runnable, runnable, and you can say this will take no input and returns your S out. Okay. So in this way you write here, but here you are trying to say I can write like a var keyword. So here compiler is not allowed to bar keyword. Reason that this is not provide the enough context so that compiler to figure out what is the data types are runnable. So in the case of let's key interface, my interface, and here you can say like a void run. Okay, so here I can provide the implementation like my runnable s out this. So you notice that this is your lambda expression. You can assign any target variable, but target variable need a specific type. This same can be assigned with the my interface as well as this same value, same target type you can assign with here also. So problem is that this right hand side is not provide enough context so that compiler to figure out what is the data type of this variable. Due to that, please note whenever you are using the lambda expression and assigning a local variable, don't use this bar keyword. This is not enough context available for what is the target types. So these are all the local variable. These are the local variable. These are the local variable. But you cannot say ki all local variable you can declare bar keywords. For only those local variable where compiler exactly figure out what is the data types from the maybe left side or maybe right side. So please don't use the bar keyword in those confusion scenario, right? So these are the some restrictions of the bar keyword. Bar keywords you cannot use with the field name or your method signature. Even bar keyword for any variable you are not specify the exact value you cannot use, and all the lambda expressions which are you assigning to the given variable in the local variable at that time you cannot use the bar keyword. So these are some restrictions where you cannot use a bar keywords, and rest all the local variable from where compiler have some hint, some mechanism through which compiler figure out what is the data types. At that place you can use the bar keyword. So bar keywords is just help developer to write a concise code, even write a bigger syntax. Sometime your this maybe like this, for example, you like list of, let's give you say here I write 1, here write like this one, here write like 1.0. So what is the data types of this? What variable you are going to write here? List of what? List of integer? What? What is? So in this scenario, there are some confusion. You have a left hand side, you have value, but as a developer, maybe doesn't know what the exact variable type. So here you can flat say where, and this is the data type. So you notice this object is the data types. Your IntelliJ या compiler figure out कि this is the data types. List of serializable and comparable, extend serializable and comparable, constant table and constant descriptions. So these are huge data type you have to specify. So in the scenario, sometime this bar keyword are very help to just declare var variable. This is a local variable. Why need to specify the each and every data types? So this scenario helps developer times to figure out what is the data type. Compiler is so intelligent, compiler can figure out what is the data type for this. So why you are going to think? Just let the compiler think and initialize the exact data types. So where your left local variable has a huge type declaration like map of this, map of this, map of this. In that scenario, you can use the bar keyword. Bar keyword are always help. Maybe you are debugging some code, or declaring some local variables, or declaring some temporary variables. In those scenario, you don't need to specify the data types exact especially. Just leave them and write a keyword bar. So it help us developer can write code so concise and less time. Don't bother. What is the data type for this? What is the data type for this? What is the data type for this? Don't bother. Just let them compiler figure out what is the data type. You just write where and obj. This is just object. We don't need, you can say. This is a local variable after method can destroy. The why need, we need to specify the exact data types. So these are the some scenario where our bar keyword are very helpful. So whenever you are writing code, you are writing any local variable, you can, in general, signature of any variable is first you have to write a data types, variable name, and then you can assign the what is the value. So since Java 8, now you have to skip specify exact data type, just keyword use your bar. For all the local variable where you have specified the exact value, for those local variable you cannot, you have an option, you can write a data types or just use the bar keyword. Bar keyword is just reduce developer effort times and even the thinking. Left hand side from compiler have intelligence to figure out what is the data types. So whenever you are declaring some variables and assigning some value, just leave the data type and just write the var keyword and let compiler figure out what is the data types. So this is very helpful while we are writing some temporary variable, we are debugging some code, and in some cases your data types for a particular given variable is so huge. Like we have a list of number or float or integer. So what are the data types of the combined this value? Maybe list of object or list of something something. So in those scenario where your data types is very large, you can just use the bar keyword. Bar keyword just help developer to write code so concise and take minimum times. And please note, this bar keyword is not giving any kind of, you can say, performance overhead. This is the runtimes impact? No. This is only at the compile time. Whenever a code is compiling, at that times, compiler is figure outing what is the data types. Even though bar is the not a keyword. If you look here, you can write here like bar 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 equal to 1 2 3. This is allowable as out. Okay. Okay. So please note, bar is not kind of any keyword, so compiler can, even you can use as a variable name. But this is just indication. Just this is just is indication. Is this indication ki what the data types for this variable? This is the variable name. This is the value. Var is the variable name. This is the value, and this bar indicate what will be the data type for this variable. So general recommendation, please don't write this code, but specify the exact your nums or something, whatever. So that key, this num is a variable, this is the value you assign, and what is the data types, compiler can figure out. Right? Compiler can figure. Maybe this is the here integer, here float, maybe string or anything. Right? So please note, bar is not a keyword. You can use as a variable name, but simply bar is the indication or a signal for a given variable. Compiler figure out what will be the data types, and compiler is only figure out bar keywords for a given variable, what would be the data types of a given context. Context may be what the value you are assigning. From assigning value, compiler figure out. Or what is the left side you are specifying, the list of integer, your random number, or whatever values. So for compiler to identify automatic data types for a given variables, only what the context you are offering. So please be sure whenever you are using the bar keyword, you have to give clear indication to a compiler. This is the context from where compiler can figure out the data type, and you can use the bar keywords. Hope this information will helpful for you to figure out using the var keyword. Whenever in future we are going writing some local variable, please use var keyword. Until you are not going to use, you are not familiar. Whenever you familiar, you are going to use. Okay, so this is not the enforcement, but the guidelines key. You can try to use this new feature of Java 10, and that is very helpful in the case of debugging, in the case of temporary variable, in the case of sampling code. That helps lots of much times. Okay, so from this note, I would like to say thank you for watching this video.